the talk of the town. We're at the offices of Discover Specific Chiropractic with Dr. Ken himself, been in business for over 25 years, and case manager in the neuropathy area, Paige Baltimore. So you've been working with patients with neuropathy for about a year. It's a very specific, it's not an injury, but issue, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So talk about, what is neuropathy?
So neuropathy is when the blood does not get, for example, to the feet. We see mainly with feet, so we can just talk about the feet.
Yes.
So the blood does not get to your feet. It doesn't make it. It's the furthest from the heart. So a lot of times the blood doesn't get to the feet down there. It's the first to go because it's so far from the heart. And then from the blood not getting to the feet, sometimes the nerves from not getting the artery supply, they slowly start dying.
What causes it?
It causes it is that the actual nerves does not get the blood supply.
I see.
Okay, so therefore the nerves very slowly die.
All right.
Yeah.
And so, Paige, I love the process that you all have. You don't take every single patient. You really look at where they are in the whole spectrum of their disease, if you will. So what is your role? How do you case manage and look at patients?
Well, neuropathy is very extensive. It's hard to really fine-tune it into one line, which basically means when a patient walks in, there's a lot of history to go over. There's a lot of symptoms to go over. Some people have no pain. They only have numb feet and a little bit of a wobbly balance. And some people have a lot of pain. They're coming in, they're saying, I can't sleep, I can't walk, I don't want to go to social events because I'm in so much pain. So neuropathy can develop itself into different forms. And so really what I do is when a patient first comes in, I sit down and I go through their history. When did this begin? What are your symptoms looking like? Did you have any incidents, traumas? What medications are you on? I'm kind of able to look at the whole picture to see what is this person's problem and ultimately what's their goal. Is their goal to feel better, to get rid of pain, to stop it from worsening, improve balance? It's important to cater a patient's care to what they want. They want something when they walk through the door.
And at times, do you have to tell a patient, I don't think we can help you?
Yes. So if their sensory loss is more than 90, then we have to say no. Or sometimes they have pacemakers or they're on medications, so we can't do what we need to do.
But you have success stories. You want to share a couple of those?
It's a lot of fun. Yes.
So share a couple of them.
Give me a couple of favorites you have.
Oh my gosh, there's so many. Okay, well, I'll choose a couple just in terms of course, we can't say names or anything along those lines. But like I talked about, everybody's goal is very different. So we have had many people who come in saying that they can't golf anymore because the concept of going through that swing, they lose their balance.
Right.
So we have a gentleman who was an avid golfer, came in, couldn't golf anymore because of his balance, hadn't golfed for years, and is now back to golfing 3 times a week. We have another woman who had to hold on to walls to walk up and down, not alleys, but hallways. And now she can walk without it. You got to meet lovely Norma, who has a walker, and she's 90 years old, and now she can walk without it. And it's even the better part is you get to meet these patients' personalities, because neuropathy can be so emotionally taxing, I guess you could say.
Yes.
Because it's hard to lose your independence. And that's what neuropathy does, is you lose your balance and you lose your independence.
So, Dr. Ken, behind Paige is one of the tools that you use to help kind of loosen things up to help them.
So here's an example of, if you particularly your hand, so it's just you go in and you can loosen it up very easily.
Right.
So it doesn't hurt very much.
No.
No, you can go in, you can press there, you can break it up.
Right. And
you can figure out
what are you breaking up?
So what you're trying to figure out, for example, in the feet here.
Yes.
So poor people here, when they become 65 or 80, they never really got used to stretch the feet and take care of their feet. They may have done a lot of things for their back, but all this can get really, really stiff. All these areas can get real stiff. So especially between the second and third toe all the way down, especially this area right here, especially the toes, so they can't really bend and extend the toes like they used to. They can't bend and extend the whole ankle the way they used to. So we just loosen up the whole ankle, all the feet right here, so it can actually move the way it's supposed to. So people have usually tried different things to get it, but we go in and find the exact spot of these bones here that are not working and making them work again. So we can find the exact jams in the feet and
it might take several visits.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Dr. Ken and
Thank you.
Paige, for what you're doing to for these patients. And that's it for this edition of Talk of the Town.